Hello, everyone. So, the Mind Life Bliss Listen to Young Minds is again back with one more interesting topic that is on screen violence. Nowadays, teenagers are going to see a lot of violent content on media, and it is not just TV, music, or movies. There are many violent video games which are also showing a lot of disturbing elements to our kids. A very common video game which I remember is PUBG. And the kids were doing a lot of disturbing access on that particular game. And there are a lot of studies, there are a lot of scientific research which are showing that if kids are engaged in such kind of violent images, content, and activities, so it is known to create lack of empathy among our kids and even a lot of aggressive behavior. So it's a high time to discuss this topic with our youngsters. So let's discuss this important topic with our today's guest, Mr. Tanish. So hello everyone, let's welcome our today's guest, Tanish. Hello Tanish,
Hello,
how are you?
fine. How about you?
I'm perfectly fine and I'm so interested to discuss with you today's topic, which is very, very close to my heart and which is need of the hour in fact.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. So, Tanish, before we start our topic, you just give a brief introduction of yourself to everyone.
Yes. Hi, my name is Tanish Quatra. I am 12 years old and I study in Delhi Public School, Faridabad, Sector 19.
Great. Any hobbies you pursue, Tanish?
Yes, I like to play cricket and my aim is to become a cricketer.
Okay, interesting. Okay, Tanish. So now we are coming to our main topic, and you understand our today's topic. It's all about the on-screen violence, which is a very, very sensitive topic. So before
Yes.
I move into this topic, my first question to you, how much time do you spend on screen and like to watch what kind of content on screen? And do you follow any watching guidelines as per the age group that this is below 13, this is below 12, this is below 18? What do you do when it comes to watching screen?
Yeah, so I spend 3 hours on screen. I like to watch sports related content and I also like to watch Netflix and Prime Video. They and all I also like to watch many series and they are all like 13 plus only. And yes, I follow the age guidelines.
Wow, that's very good that you follow the age guidelines. Okay, Tanish. So if you are following the age guidelines, you must be aware about few words. Nowadays, the kids are not allowed to watch the R-rated movies or play the M-rated video games because it is
Yes.
considered that, yeah, it's not healthy for them to consume that material in excess amount. So can you let our viewers and listeners know that what are these ratings all about?
Yes, so R-rated movies are like 18 plus movies. There are many R-rated movies, like there are horror movies. So I have watched a few of them, like It and Deadpool, because those are like DC movies and DC and Marvel movies, and M-rated video games or are also about 18 plus, but I don't know any of them.
Okay, so you have never played such games.
No, I only play like some friendly games, like on mobile or something.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, Tanish, one more studies which has shown that there is a very strong factor in determining that how the kids are relating to media is how their parents think and act. So whatever you are watching and whatever you are relating on the media, so majority of the liability goes to the parents. It means that if parents watch more violent content, it is more likely that the kids will also like to watch. I'll give you one very common example. If you remember, a movie came last year, Kashmir Files, and it was
Yes.
restricted for above 18 age group because of that specific violent content in that movie. But still, I remember many kids have watched that movie. So, what do you think? What is the role of parents in that?
Yeah, so some kids like to watch like violent movies and like some movies in which there is fighting and something. In Kashmir Files, I haven't watched that movie because my parents didn't allow me, but I have my parents told me you should not watch it. That's why I didn't watch it. And about media, I am on my parents control my all IDs like my Insta ID and my Snapchat ID.
Wow. So, Tanish, after this podcast, now go and just hug your mother so that she didn't allow you to watch that movie.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So, we are moving to one very interesting question. You know about history. Okay. And
Yes.
history like the Rani Lakshmi Bai, the great Shivaji, Lord Rama, Krishna, the Battle of Mahabharata. So, if you have seen the Mahabharata or all these great epics, they show great violence. But we always encourage our kids to watch these all stories, watch the Mahabharata, watch Ramayana. So, what is the difference between these ancient and historic events that show the violent activities and the media violence which we are talking about in the today's scenario? How do you see the difference in these two?
Yes. So I have myself watched many movies about like the history that of Rani Lakshmibai, Shivaji, Lord Rama and Krishna and the Mahabharata. My parents and my grandparents encouraged me to watch them as they are not only violent movies, they also encourage you about something uh, that you should never like, what do you say? That
Yeah,
you should
you should
never
never.
fall back. You should
Hmm.
never like, can I speak in Hindi?
Yes, definitely.
Like पीछे नहीं हटना चाहिए आपको किसी चीज से आपको वो चीज पूरी करनी चाहिए.
So it means that violent content in those epics is giving us a lot of teachings. It's giving us a lot of education insight.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, because in Mahabharata, like the Pandyas fought the other guys, and they defeated them to win their kingdom, and they were also dishonored by the other guys.
Yeah. And Lord Krishna even told Arjuna to fight that battle. So there was nothing
Yes,
wrong in that. Great.
yes.
Okay. So now a related question to that, your answer. So how do you see now the violence? Because we are discussing that in historic events there was violence. So now we need to understand that problem lies in the act of violence or the conclusion of the event. And this statement, Tanish, applies to all the situation. Whether the content is a problem or the perspective and the conclusion of that event is important.
Yeah, so like the violence is a bad thing. So wait a So, I see violence like a bad thing because in violence it tries you to get towards like fighting and use abusive languages. That's not a good thing to learn. And like in act of violence, so the conclusions of the event so the conclusions of the event are that in the Mahabharata, like I told you, it encourages us, and the statement applies to all situations.
Nice. It means the conclusion of everything and every event, every situation is the key. It's not the act.
Yes.
It's the perception which lies in our mind, which makes us to understand that yes, what lies behind this particular event, if it is violent or not. Wonderful, Tanish. Wonderful. So, though you all guys are the younger generation student, so what do you think, how our education system should be tweaked a little to incorporate these sensitive topics in our curriculum? What do you think that is there any need of such kind of workshops and discussion on such kind of topics, so that the young generation like you can create their own user manuals of do's and don'ts when it comes to watching the media content, that this I should watch, this I should not watch?
Yes, so do's and don'ts. So like I watch 13 plus movies and series. So those are all do's and don'ts are like my don'ts are like 16 plus and 18 plus movies. So and also that the 18 plus movies, some of them are horror movies. So I watch them with my cousins.
Under supervision,
Yes, under supervision, not alone.
not alone. So it means you have set your do's and don'ts, that this I will do, this I won't do.
Yes,
Perfect. It means if we start conducting such kind of sensitive sessions with our younger generation, so they would be able to understand that there is not a taboo in the violent content. We need to understand that how to absorb such kind of content, under what quantity and under what supervision. That's what you are saying,
yes,
Danish.
yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And one more thing, Danish, because you are giving very interesting replies. Have you heard about media diet?
No.
Okay, so okay, let me frame a question around it. That's a very common phrase which a lot of youngsters are using nowadays, media diet. So, in the same way as we are concerned about our food, that our food should be healthy, it should contain carbs, proteins, vitamins, fats, minerals, everything. So, can we describe a perfect media diet that yes, this should be in the platter when it comes to watching media?
Like we should not watch inappropriate stuff and we should watch appropriate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, uh, for example, this is like we should eat healthy food and not unhealthy food.
Yes.
And we should also follow the age guidelines in it.
We should follow the age guidelines. That's a very important thing which you are telling. That if we are following all the age criterias, all the age guidelines, then probably we would be able to maintain that healthy media diet for ourselves. And I believe one more point we can add to that, we should listen to our elders because they have the more experience about it. So we should listen to
Yes.
them. Okay. One thing you said in previous questions, that my parents decide, or they keep a check on your various accounts. But Tanish, in the current scenario, when the parents are working, they don't have time, and it becomes very difficult for the parents to keep an eye on their kids all the time. Even they don't want it. They just trust their kids. They don't want to watch them. So, how can we make the children, the kids, sensible enough so that they become sensitive when it comes to consuming the media content? So, my last question to you is, what role you think that needs to be played by the parents, number one, the number two by the teachers, and number three by the policy makers, so that we together can address this very, very sensitive issue of violent media content?
Yes, so the parents need to be more more protective, so their children don't watch inappropriate stuff. So, like, my mother is a housewife and she sits with me in my room. So and we also like I also watch movies with her. The movies that she tells, I like them. And the teachers also and the teacher should keep an eye on the children that they are not learning bad stuff.
Anything related to policies?
No, nothing related to the policies.
Okay. So, but again, Tanish, when the kids will be more sensible for all these things, for example, the mother is not at home, then
Yes. Yeah, sure. The kids should themselves be smart enough to not watch inappropriate stuff.
I believe that is the need of the hour. And that will give
Yeah.
a lot of satisfaction to all the parents when the kids will themselves come to them and tell, you know, this is not for me. Is it okay or not?
Yes.
I believe that would be the change which every parents are looking forward in the kids. Because nowadays, you kids, matlab you, the generation, you all are so sensitive, you all are so mature, you all are so smart, so that you understand all the pros and cons of each and everything. I believe you all are so naive, you all are so natural and pure. We just need to tell you the pros and cons of each and everything, and you, the younger generation, are able to take your decisions in a more wiser way nowadays. So any
Yes.
message you would like to give to your fellow friends regarding this topic? What do you want to say to
Yeah.
your friends?
I want to say to my friends that we should watch stuff on eight guidelines. We should watch appropriate stuff, and we should always listen to our parents.
Wonderful. I believe today your parents will be very, very happy because on screen you are telling that we should listen to our parents. Fantastic, Tanish. And if I conclude this entire conversation, that was very interesting, a very sensitive topic. Tanish has given us a very significant insight regarding this topic, that when it comes to watching the media content, it should be age appropriate, and we should follow certain guidelines provided by the media according to the age. And the last thing which he has mentioned in the last point, that we should listen to our elders because they always tend to give us the best advice to us. So listen to our elders. And if you feel that you have some interesting topic which you want to discuss on such podcast, so write to us on mindlifebliss@gmail.com. You can fill a Google form. The link is in the description. And we will get in touch with you. So for more such updates, keep watching Mind Life Bliss, listen to Young Minds. Thank you, Tanish.